Welcome to 10 minutes CS. 539 minimum time difference. So we are given time in format hours and minute. We have to find the minimum minutes difference between any 2 points in the given list. So we are given a list of time points which is having each element as strings in format HHMM. So for let's say for example number 1, we are given this time and 00 time. So if we see it in our clock, the time is this one and 00. So the time difference between these two is just 1 minute, and that is the output. Similarly, for these we are given 2 points which are at 00 and one as this. So the minimum difference between these 2 points is 0. So we are just returning 0. To approach this problem, we can first convert this time into a format such that we can find the difference between those. So for this, let's say this is HHMM and we have to find the minimum time in minutes. So let's convert these timings into minutes itself. For that, we will have our step 1, which is, let's say we need to convert 2359 into minutes. So as we see, it is at 0th index, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and this is whole as a string. So our hours will be character at 0th index into 10 plus the character at 1 index. Similarly, for minutes, we will have our character at 3rd and 4th, and this will multiply by 10 and we'll add the 4th element. So the total number of minutes will be hours into 60 plus the minute, that will be the total minutes for this. For this one, it will be 23 into 60 plus 59, that will be 1439. Similarly, for this it will be 0. Now we have got the time in minute 0, 1439 and 0. Now to find the difference between any 2 points, we can either run a n square loop, like finding this with this and then with this and with this, or we can sort it and then can find the difference between any 2 points, consecutive points, and get the minimum of that. So the other one will be O of n time. So our second step will be to sort. Once we have sorted, we can move to our third step, which is finding the difference of the consecutive elements. So let's say we have elements at here. So we can start our loop from the 1th index, and for each index we can find the difference between the index I with the previous one, as it will be sorted. So and can then populate it in our variable, let's say minimum time variable, and can check the minimum of either the current calculation or our minimum time, and then we will have the minimum time in our min time variable. So with this approach, we will be getting 0 here, but in this example it is 1439 and this will be 0. So we will be getting the answer as 1439, which is incorrect, because the time will be 1. So why did this happen? First, let's analyze that. If we understand time, so time is a circular entity. Whatever data points we have find in minutes were actually with respect to this time. So the 23.59 is actually, let's say this data point lies here, is actually the time difference in minutes starting from 00 till this, in this direction, correct? So let's say we have multiple data points. One is this one, 23.59, one is here, let's say it is 0020, which is 20 minutes from our midnight time, and one data point lies here, which can be some random x. So in our for loop, we are actually finding the difference. One is this one is this one. But we actually didn't find the difference between the first index with our n minus 1th index, which is this one. So we should find this difference also. For this, we have 2 points. We can split it into two parts. One is this, one is this. So this is 20 minutes, but this is not 1439 minutes because this is this, but it is actually difference between 1440, which is total time, minus 1439. So the total time is actually 1440, and we will be subtracting the time, which is 1439, that is 1. This 1440, it actually comes with the time conversion, that it's a 24 hours clock. So 24 into 60, that is 1440. So this time difference will be 1, and 1 plus 20, that is 21. So we can find the difference between these 2 points by adding these. So this will be our fourth step. And finally, we will be returning the minimum of our step number 3 and 4th. Let's jump into the code. So we have our first step, that is converting the format into minutes. So we will be using our function convert time into minutes, and we will be running our for loop from the 0th to the nth index, and we will be storing all those minutes in our new array time of size n. And let's see what this function does. We are getting a string s for the character, that is 0th character. We will be getting the numeric value of it, multiplying it with 10, and then adding the other value. So it is 23.59. So this is 23, which is 2 is 0th index and 3 is first index. So 2 into 10, 20 plus 3, 23. Similarly, we will get minutes. And finally, we will be returning the time as r into 60 plus minute, that will be the total minutes. And once we have found all the time values, we will be sorting it, and once we have sort, we will find the minimum time by calculating the time difference of the consecutive values. We will be starting our looping from the first index, so that we don't run in index out of bound condition, and storing the minimum time with the math.min of minimum time and the current calculation. Then we will get the circular time difference, that is 24 into 60 minus the last time value, and we will add the first time value with it. We'll get the circular time, and finally we will return the minimum time we found using the consecutive elements and the circular time, and that will be our answer. Let's submit this code and check if it's running fine. Yes, indeed it got submitted. So let's analyze its space and time complexity. We can see here we are running it in O of n time, and this function is just taking constant time. So this will be O of n. Sorting will be taking big O of n log n, and this will be also taking big O of n, and this is just a constant operation. So the overall complexity will be big O of n log n, and the space complexity for this will be big O of n, as we are using an extra space of n here. Yeah, thank you for watching.